Chapter 4, Civil Liberties. Civil liberties are freedoms that are so fundamental that they're outside the authority of government to regulate. Oftentimes it falls to the judiciary branch, the courts, to protect them. They might include, among other things, rights surrounding freedom of expression and criminal procedure. They're written into the Constitution as the first 10 amendments, otherwise known as the Bill of Rights. Now, although these protections for individual freedoms at first, when they were written, applied only to the federal government, the Supreme Court, through its decisions, have gradually applied most of them to the states as well, and some of them even to individuals. Attempts to limit civil liberties are more frequent in wartime or times of emergency or during times of other threats, such as health emergencies. It gives increased government need for order and protection of the population, and increased citizens' concern about their security. But support for the protection of civil liberties usually rebounds after the crisis ends. One of the reasons Lincoln, after he passed the Emancipation Proclamation, wanted a constitutional amendment that would outlaw slavery was because he was afraid that the Emancipation Proclamation would be considered a wartime power, and once the Civil War was over, it would lose its effect. Let's talk about some of these rights and liberties in the Bill of Rights. The First Amendment. Now, the scope of First Amendment freedoms of expression have generally extended through wartime, although they're likely to be curtailed afterwards. Even in wartime, the courts have almost always protected the press, which is also in the First Amendment, from censorship. But the government can prosecute the newspapers for publishing obscenity or secret military information and articles that incite violence, according to Supreme Court decisions. The First Amendment also protects rights of assembly. The First Amendment protects rights of freedom, religion, freedom of religion. So to practice religion and prevents governments from establishing one religion over other religions. The Supreme Court has declared that the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, protects an individual's right for self-defense in one's home. Provisions to the Fourth, Fifth, Sixth, and Eighth Amendment protect individuals accused of crimes in police investigations, regulate trial procedures and types of punishments. Although the Constitution and its amendments don't explicitly grant a general right of privacy, those words are not found in the Constitution, but the Supreme Court has used various constitutional provisions to establish this right, saying that it was implied by the Constitution and creating one of the most contentious areas of constitutional law and interpretation. Please take a look at the discussion post that I have put in, asking you to give your thoughts about certain civil liberties and how they should be treated or protected.